Hello, we're live. She's on her cell phone.
I think I've made too many Facebook pages because now I can't keep track of all.
I'm positive you have.
I made a Facebook page for the Downsized, and because I didn't want anybody to take the name the Downsized, so I put one on Facebook and on Instagram, but I don't really post there. I post under just me, Laraine, Orphanese Durham, and then under Tirzepatide Tirzepatide tips and tricks with the Downsized. I have a Facebook page that says that. And then if you're a member of Club Downsized, there's a special Facebook page for you, but you have to know the secret password to get in, or you can't get in.
Why don't you introduce yourself and tell them who we are?
Who is this crazy lady, and why are we watching her live? Welcome to the Downsized live show. My name's Laraine Durham. I'm here with my husband, Christopher Durham. I've lost over 50 pounds on compounded Tirzepatide, mostly from Mochi Health. I'm currently in maintenance. I'm on a 7.5 milligram dose, which is really 8.8 with Mochi. But anyway, why don't you say something, Christopher?
I've been talking all day. What are you talking about? You've been out getting your hair done, and I've been live once and recorded a second video.
Yakking. You guys be yakking.
Well, so let's do our thing, though. So Christopher Durham, I'm 56 years old. Been married
I'm
to
55.
this lovely lady almost 22 years in March.
I'm feeling 22.
We have two daughters that are both in college, and Laraine has a son, my stepson, who's 26 years old.
His birthday's next week.
Is a real grown-up adult out there with a condo and the whole 9 yards.
Homeowner and everything.
Yeah. I started on compounded Tirzepatide, or we started together really in September of 2023. I weigh 286.5 pounds. Sorry about that. Coughing. As of this morning, do I remember my weight as of this morning? I don't know that I do. I think I was down 98 pounds.
How do you not know your weight at all times? Any woman in America can tell you her weight at any time. What's your weight, Laraine? Well, today I was 142.
Yeah, I was 188.6. So I was just a smidge over, about a pound over what I was prior to the cruise.
Oh, you're back down to only 1 pound over?
Yeah.
I thought you told me you were.
I was like 4 pounds over to begin with.
Well, I was 2 pounds over, and today I was like 1.5 pounds over.
So I have taken Tirzepatide the entire time, compounded Tirzepatide, then Mounjaro, then Zepbound. So I have taken syringe, full pens, the whole 9 yards, used really pretty much interchangeably, mostly compounded Tirzepatide, but I've had a prescription for the branded the whole time. Not noticed any difference whatsoever in weight loss, side effects, anything else like that. It's worked very well for me, and I'm now in, I guess, my 5th month at the highest dose. Most recently, when Mochi launched their adjusted dosing strategy, I'm on 16.6 now, which was a great little bump and helped me get to goal weight. So
I think it bumped me a little bit too.
Yeah.
And Christopher, people always ask, why did Christopher take the Mounjaro and the Zepbound pens when Laraine took the needle and the vial for your whole 72-week journey? And I'll just tell the reason real quick is because he had some other conditions, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. He said, you know what? I really want to go to my doctor here in town and see him on a more regular basis. And he knows all my history. I've been seeing him for 10 years, more than that, really.
Yeah, long time.
Almost 20 years at this point. So he felt better about that. So we did that. Me, my blood pressure, my cholesterol, all my labs have always been good. I've just been overweight for my adult life and most of my teenage years too. So we started together on the vials. I stayed with the vials. I lost an average of 1.58 pounds per week until I got to my goal weight. And now I've been maintaining about 140, between 140, 145 pounds. I started at 193. Today I was 142.0. I'm 5'4.25", 55-year-old mother of 3. That's all my stats, I think, right? So
You said your height, right? You
5'4"
always say
and a
that.
quarter. Yeah. But
Yeah.
I used to be 5'5.5", and then I went to 5'5", and now somehow in the
Another
past
20 years, she'll be invisible. I can carry her in my pocket.
my parents are definitely
They're small. They're now small.
They're shrinking.
Yeah.
They were never giants, but my mom was 5'4" my whole life, and my dad was 5'7". So now I think I'm probably taller than both of them for sure. But you know what?
For sure.
God bless. My dad will be 85 this year, and my mom will be 80.
So this is our space where we talk about GLP-1s, where you can ask questions, where you can celebrate your wins, whether it be weight loss, size, starting, it doesn't matter. Tell us what's going on with you. Tell us who you are, where you're from, what medicine is you're using, ask questions, you name it. We got a lot of stuff going on.
So Dana, Virginia. Hey, Dana. Dana, we were on the Celebrity Reflection last week. We took a cruise, and I had just come back from yoga. I had my little yoga outfit on. I'm going up and down the steps, and this lady goes, "I know you." And it was Dana, Virginia. And I was like, she said, "But you don't know me." I said, "Where do you know me from?" And she said, "The Downsized." And we said, "Yay." And we hugged, and we took selfies, and we took pictures. And so it was very nice to meet you, Dana. That's only the second time someone's ever recognized me. So I thought it was really cool. And I'm glad that you said hello.
And I liked meeting you as well, too. She said I looked much skinnier in person. So I appreciate it.
And I got my hair done today. Thank you for noticing. Yeah. So it was great to meet you. So if you see me in person somewhere, say hello. We also met up with some viewers in Aruba. Our cruise ship stopped in Aruba, and one of the viewers reached out to Christopher and said, "Hey, do you guys have time for coffee?" So we went and met them for coffee near the cruise port, which was really fun. So, reach out to us. You never know what may happen.
Thanks. Did you say hello to Johnny?
Hello, Johnny.
Mel B.
Hey, Mel B, CCS Chief Operating Officer.
Thank you for being a member of Club Downsized. Mark Clem, thank you as well.
Hey, Mark Clem.
So I had a great interview with Mark Clem today for Downsized Dish. So look out for Mark's interview next week. Well, while we're on that, Laraine, why don't you tell them about Downsized Dish?
Please, if you'd like to be on the Downsized Dish, we are currently accepting people to be interviewed. We're always accepting people. People think we have like a long list of names. We don't got no long list of names. Send me an email. Tell me you want to be on it. I'll send you a link to the calendar, and we'll make time, and we'll talk for about 30 minutes, and then you'll be on the Downsized. And then everyone you know will know that you're on a GLP-1 medication. No, just kidding. If you don't tell them, they won't know. But send me an email to Laraine@thedownsized.org. There's my email. Send it to Zoom.
And honestly, we're looking for people at every point in their journey, whether you're just starting or you've been on it for a year or anywhere in the middle. Everybody wants to see someone that looks like them.
And everybody has questions, right? I have questions about this GLP-1 medication that I'm taking, whether it's Zepbound, Mounjaro, Ozempic, Wegovy, Tirzepatide, Semaglutide. I've only taken compounded Tirzepatide, which is the same as Zepbound and Mounjaro, except mine comes in this little vial, and I use a little insulin needle, and I've done over 72 shots. If you'd have told me about 2 years ago that you're going to give yourself a shot every week for 72 weeks, and you're going to get to your goal weight that you've never gotten to in your whole adult life, I would say, you're crazy. That's never going to work. And yet I signed up anyway, and yet I tried it anyway because I've tried every diet, right? I've been on Weight Watchers since the 80s. I've done Jenny Craig, Atkins, Nutrisystem.
A never-ending list.
You guys know all the cabbage soup diet was a favorite of my mom and my sister and mine in the 80s. I'll make a big pot of that cabbage soup, and Yep, I've done all the things. Crump 133, happy Tuesday. I'm bummed I missed the club live. Oh well, but at least got to make this one. Well, good. It's Tina. Tina is Crump 133.
Thank you for being a member of Club Downsized.
Make sure you hit like and subscribe.
Yep, there's 113 people out there right now.
YouTube likes it when they think people like it what we're doing. So if you like it, hit like and subscribe. We hit 10,000 subscribers last week, y'all. We've had our channel now. It'll be a year, March 19th, and 10,000 subscribers. So thank you to our subscribers, to our members of Club Downsized. We appreciate you.
Growing like crazy.
Do you have something more important to do?
That's what I was looking to see what our was. 10,153.
Sorry, I'm getting a call.
I was just looking to see how many members we had.
Yeah. So over 10,000 members are subscribers.
Yeah.
Wow, wouldn't it be cool if we had 10,000 members of Club Downsized? Ooh-wee. Hi guys from Arizona. It's Patty. Hi Patty. With the little sunglasses. That's one of my favorite emojis, the little sunglass face emoji.
Looks like we just got a new member too. Hello, Eric K. Thank you for being a new member.
Thanks for being a YouTube member. If you'd like to be a member of Club Downsized, click that join button. It'll take you to another window. Why are you giving them the dancing girl?
Because I like the dancing girl. She's fun.
Where you can learn about what that means. All of our content is free, but if you just like to support us in our journeys to become full-time content creators, that sounds so funny when I say that. You can help us by becoming a member of Club Downsized. You get little fun emojis like Eric K here has, and you can. We have special lives for our members where it's just the Club Downsized people. Although Christopher messed up earlier and he let some other people in. So
you got a special preview.
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain. And we also have a special Facebook page with Club Downsized. And if you join and you want to know the password for Club Downsized, go on the community tab, and I've written the password there that only members can see. And you have to know the password to get into the Club Downsized. All right.
I'm still looking for Club Downsized. Oh, there we go.
So thank you. Thank you, members of Club Downsized. It's a growing group of special people.
But while we're there, here we can talk about these two.
I don't know. When are we talking? This is me running a triathlon.
Just good before shots. Everybody loves to see a before shot.
Yeah. So I've been an exerciser, right? Okay. So when people say, oh, you just need to diet and exercise, my doctor for years said to me, you just need to diet and exercise. So exercise I did. I did 2 triathlons, a half marathon, about 35 Ks. I was just a running fool because I knew that running burned the most calories, and I still could not get lower than 185 pounds. All right. This is Christopher Durham. Who is that? Who is that man?
I don't know.
Who is that guy? And so you see him now, right? Get your hands out your mouth.
My hand's not in my mouth, my love.
So you see him now, right? And then you see this guy over here. So when I'm looking for him in a crowd, I'm looking for this guy over here. And then sometimes this guy over here pops up, but I don't recognize that as my husband. It happens all the time. Like I can't pick him out in a crowd anymore. Like I used to be able to on the cruise. Like I was looking for him in the dining room. Like he sat down from the buffet and I'm looking for him and I passed right by him. Didn't even recognize him.
Yeah,
so it's what happens when you lose almost 100 pounds. So that's us when we went to Portugal in 2018.
Yep.
This is us in 2020 when we couldn't go anywhere. So we went up in the mountains of North Carolina and hung out for a little while. This picture, is crazy because that picture, that just does not, I don't even remember you looking like that.
Well, I obviously did.
You obviously did. So these pictures were taken a year apart.
Exactly a year apart.
We do our daytime business. Our day job is we run a business called the Velocity Institute. You can Google it it's a very specific thing for private brands in retail. So Christopher is like an expert in private brands. He's now an expert in GLP-1. So you know how hard he digs into GLP-1s. Well, he used to do the same thing and still does the same thing. We still do both for private brands. You might think, well, what's a private brand? Well, when you go to Walmart and you see Great Value, that's a private brand. You can only get it at Walmart. So anyway, we do conferences and Christopher speaks because there are conferences and he can do what he wants. And so these were a year apart. Crazy. Oh, and this one too. Like, where'd your stomach go? Like, where'd your neck go? Oh, and there's me. And I was barrel shaped myself there for many years. I used to take pictures of myself all the time. I never thought that this would be my before picture, but I had, yeah. And then here's me moving our daughter into App State and then moving our daughter out of App State that same year, same outfit. So, I mean, crazy. That's us at our wedding 22 years ago when my little son from my first marriage was a babe. Well, it's just a mere babe, and now he's almost 28. Is that right?
Yep.
What year is it? 20, or is he 27?
I don't do birthdays and math.
27.
Downsizing Diva, hello.
Hey,
Hi,
Downsizing Diva, nice to see you. Kathleen L says, nice day. Thank you, Kathleen. We were on a cruise last week. And oh, Mindy, she's driving and listening. All right, Mindy, I hope you got your mind right. Cherry Pie, you two look great and relaxed. Thank you. Yeah, we were on an 8-day cruise on the Celebrity Reflection. We went to Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. We had a great time. If you would like to come on a cruise with us, we have a special deal for you. Christopher, tell them what they can win.
Tell them what they can win. I can tell you about the cruise.
We have a Downsized at Sea cruise presented by Mochi Health.
Yep.
When is it? It's June 27th.
June 23rd to the 27th.
Thank you very much. 2025 on Celebrity Reflection, which we were actually just on last week.
Ship.
Lovely ship. You will love it. We're going to go out of Fort Lauderdale to Bimini and Nassau in the Bahamas. The rates, it's a 4-night cruise. Rates start from $8.99 per person. That's based on double occupancy. Certain restrictions apply. So go to thedownsized.org, click on cruise, and you can call our travel agent, my friend Kelly, and her mother-in-law, Roberta. They're very...
We'll do lots of cool stuff. She'll get to hang out with us. There'll be meet and greets. We'll do some, maybe a game show on GLP-1s. We're trying to figure out all this, do some line dancing.
Yeah.
You name it. There'll be all kinds of fun stuff.
So this week on the Celebrity Reflection, I went to their gym just to check it out. I don't really like to just go in a gym and just like randomly do things because I never really know what I'm doing. Like sometimes I'll go and walk on the treadmill, but I'm like, if I'm walking on the treadmill, I could be walking around the deck of the ship, right? So I went to a couple classes that they had. I did a yoga class. I did a couple high intensity interval training classes, and those were pretty good. And then they also had Zumba on the pool deck. The cruise director was the Zumba teacher.
So she was Zumbaing every day madly.
I loved it. I haven't done Zumba in years. And I used to think, oh, I can't move that way. No, I absolutely loved it. So maybe I'm going to look into Zumba a little bit more. But maybe we can Zumba.
Abby Clark, thank you for becoming a member.
Thanks, Abby, for becoming a member.
You get Carlton. If I can get Carlton to go. There he goes.
But anyway, back to the cruise. Mm-hmm. Do we have anything else to say about the cruise? It's sponsored by Mochi. They were the presenting sponsor. So thank you to Mochi Health. I've used Mochi since February of 2024. Yes, sure. February of 2020. We started our journey September of 2023. I switched to Mochi because I couldn't get a hold of anybody at my old place. So I found Mochi and have stayed with them now for the past year. So I take their compounded Tirzepatide. They compound it with niacinamide, which is a B vitamin. What?
Cherry Pie says, you two look great and relaxed.
Oh, thank you.
Stella, welcome to yeah, you were. Welcome to the Downsized family.
Yeah.
Here's a Mochi one for you.
Okay. Laura says, hi all. I recommended Mochi to my daughter based on following you. It's been 12 days since paid for meds and still has not shipped. So disappointing. Mochi is blaming FedEx. Well, if it hadn't shipped, it's not FedEx's problem now, is it? So I would call their 24/7 customer service number and say, could you please contact the pharmacy for me and ask them when this medicine will ship? Because I think the pharmacy is usually it's the pharmacy that gets locked up. So the Mochi doctor has to send the prescription to the compounding pharmacy. Compounding pharmacy puts it in line, and when they get to your order, they put it in the box and then make a label for it. And once the label's created, you have a tracking number. So I would suggest, if yours is coming to you FedEx, go to FedEx and set up a FedEx account. You don't have to pay anything. And then when FedEx is shipping something to your address, you will get a notification, depending on how you set it up, an email, a text message, whatever. So you'll know as soon as that box ships, and you'll also know you can track its progress. It'll give you an alert when it hits your doorstep. But if it's been 12 days, I would...
escalate it.
Yeah. You can send them a message through the Mochi portal asking them to check on it. You can call them asking them to check on it. And usually I get a response. If I just send it through the portal, I get a response within 24 hours. So usually that's the quickest way, because, sometimes you don't want to talk to anybody. You just want what you want. Like, please check on this for me. Thank you very much. Blip. So that's what I would do.
And the reality of everything that's going on with compounding right now is there are a small handful of large telehealth providers and large compounding pharmacies that many people believe will continue to fight this and will stick it out. Mochi is one of those. The smaller ones are dropping off because they're going to get scared, and Lilly's going to send them nasty grams from their lawyers, or Novo Nordisk will now.
So they just rolled up.
They're all
some of them.
They're all going to get busier and busier, and it's just going to take a little bit longer, because these businesses all went from almost 0 to 1,000 miles an hour in 2 years, essentially. So it's building up that muscle, and it's why Mochi has so much of an agreement. And I'm not sure what it is with the Kita and some of those, because they can control it better. So stay on them. There's no perfect one out there, but Mochi's trying hard.
I mean, mine has sometimes taken that long too. But if you put your order in, you got to get the doctor to send it to the pharmacy. Once it goes to the pharmacy, you should get a message through your Mochi portal. And then if it doesn't ship within like 2 days, send another message. Please check on this. Next day, send another message. Next day, send another message. I mean, they're busy, and the squeaky wheel is going to get the grease. So, nothing is a perfect system, but I've had great success with them. So, I hope you can get your medicine. Laura told me today they allow 14 days. Yeah, that's what they say. And lately it has been taking up to 14 days, where when I first started with them, it took about 5 days. But I think they have thousands more members now. I mean, just from me personally, giving out my code. If you'd like to join Mochi, you can use my code and save $40. It's QIYG, the letter 08. The link in the code are in the description. The same thing happened to me. It was FedEx. So track your order. If you have a tracking number, and I've heard one lady told me that her medicine went all around the US, and FedEx, I've never had that problem with FedEx, but with weather and stuff,
depending on where you live, FedEx packages often go through St. Louis because that's their hub. So
Memphis is their hub.
Or Memphis, I'm sorry, is their hub. So it'll come through. So if it went a Kita down and it was going back up around, I think that lady was in Michigan or somewhere, if I recall right.
Yeah, actually, my last Mochi order came UPS, which I was like, what happened to my FedEx? But it was fine.
Same difference.
And I have a UPS account too, so I know when something is created, a label is created to ship to my address, UPS or FedEx. What did you just do?
What did I do? Nothing.
Why do I see all your...
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
I can't see the comment.
There you go.
Austin compound Tirzepatide max weight loss. What? Here in Texas, 24 pounds, 17, lost 24 pounds in 17 weeks. I don't understand.
Yes, I'm not sure I understand that. Miss Alexis, but we'll say you lost 24 pounds in 17 weeks. If so, that's awesome. And we'll give you some confetti. How about that? Boosh.
Yay!
Yay, there we go.
So yeah, average weight loss is, I say 1 to 2 pounds a week. Christopher says half a pound.
Well, it's not that I say. Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk and their research says.
Well, 1 to 2 pounds a week. Thanks to you guys, I switched to Mochi. I switched from Semaglutide to Tirzepatide. I never had any side effects from either, and now it's been 20 weeks and down 25 pounds. Woohoo!
There you
Only
go.
on Tirzepatide for 4 weeks and going great. Yeah, a lot of people report nausea with semaglutide. Semaglutide is the same as Ozempic and Wegovy. I hear a lot less nausea reported with Tirzepatide, which is Zepbound and Mounjaro. Your mileage may vary. Your results may vary. Water is your friend. Maybe put some electrolytes in it. I have some brands that I like, but really, there's a lot of them that'll help. Denise from Pennsylvania. Would anyone happen to know how long the expiration dates are for Lilly's vials? We just had that.
Yeah, we were just told they were
1 month.
1 month. I haven't seen them. I mean, the Lilly vials, they're basically working that such that they want you to take them within the month that you get them. So you're going to get, a dose.
They don't want you splitting the dose or stretching it out or.
Mm-mm.
You're not the boss of me, Eli Lilly. Hi, everyone. I'm on 8.8 milligrams. That's a Mochi dose. And just received
11.24 milligrams.
What does that mean?
I don't know. 3 months supply.
11.24 milligrams is not a dose. Maybe it's, what's the dose after 8.8? Is it 11.11? Maybe it's her neck.
So she moved up a dose and she got a 3 month supply. So that's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Donna Joe, thank you for being a member.
And remember, y'all, we're not doctors. We're just giving you our personal experiences. So always check with your doctor before making any health care decisions. Mindy M, non-scale victory. Now wearing medium-sized t-shirts instead of 2X. You go, Mindy, with your bad self. Yeah, Mindy is also a triathlete. She's done a few of those, and she does cycling, and she does all the things. And Mindy's coming on the cruise, so everybody come join us on the cruise. If you're looking for a roommate to come on the cruise, I have a person who's looking for a roommate. Send me an email to Laraine@thedownsized.org. Send us an email through our website, thedownsized.org, and we'll try to match up. Then from Within 66 says, hello, everyone from Ocala, Florida. Hello. Thanks for being a member of Club Downsized. Joni says, yay, 10,000. So yeah, we hit 10,000 subscribers last week. Thank you to all of our subscribers. If you have not subscribed, we hope you will like and subscribe to this video and maybe share it with a friend who's looking for somewhere to get information on this whole world of GLP-1 medications. So we've been doing this now for about a year. It'll be a year in March.
Yep.
We've got 400 videos.
Something like that. Crazy numbers.
It is crazy. It is crazy. So yeah, Christopher reports on the news. I like to interview people and talk to them about their experiences. So, and I'm happy to share my experiences with you. So yeah, join us, subscribe.
So we have 158 viewers on there right now. Hello to everyone. I'm Christopher. This is Laraine. We're the Downsized. There's 59 likes. I always like to see it get above 100. So there's a lot of you out there that can still hit that like button. We would deeply appreciate that. Mel says your growth is phenomenal. Thank you very much, Patty.
Phenomenon.
That's great.
What's that Chapel Roan song? Phenomenon. Anyway, I love Chapel Roan. Best new artist, Grammy for best new artist. Check her out. Downsizing Diva says, congratulations. That's awesome. You're growing. It's amazing to watch. Thank you. Downsizing. We did an interview with Shay, Downsizing Diva. You can check that out. Crazy Cat Lady in LA. Vanessa also did an interview with her on the Downsized Dish. Y'all can check that out. 10,000 subscriptions. Awesome. You guys are getting one of those fancy.
No.
How many do we need for that?
We need 100,000 for that.
So 10 times what we got now.
It's a good goal for this
years.
year. I was telling my oldest daughter that the goal this year is 100,000. She's like, and get the plaque. She might think I'm cool if I had a YouTube.
If we had 100, how much does Counts of Shopping have?
Right at 100,000. Yeah.
And she's been at this for.
She's been doing this a lot longer than we have.
Like
but 10
she's like my guidepost. We did a interview with her, Counts of Shopping. I know a lot of you guys probably follow her. We had a great conversation with her, learned a lot about her. So hope you'll check that out on our Downsized Dish. If you'd like to be on the Downsized Dish and tell me and the world, or at least the world of YouTube, all about your GLP-1 journey, send me an interview to Laraine at thedownsized.org. And I will send you a link to our calendar. And you don't have to give me like a big, long dissertation in your email. Just say, yeah, I want to be on the Downsized Dish. And I'll say, okay, click, 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 done. We'll record it. And it's just that easy. And we want to hear from people at all stages. Are you just starting? Have you lost 20 pounds? Have you lost 50, 100, 150? Let us know.
Yep. Anna Hoover. Hello,
hey, Anna.
Fimo. I'm very happy yesterday. The doctor told me that my A1C was 5.7 and he'll be prescribing Zepbound after I finish my current trial of
Tetratrutide?
I think it's retatrutide.
Retatrutide. That's still in phase 3 trials?
I think that's correct. Might be phase 2. One of those.
It's still in
trials.
So
female, I assume that means your A1C is down. You didn't tell us what from, but that's okay because I'm going to give you some confetti. So
yeah.
Yay.
Cool.
Go Femo. Go Femo.
How'd you get in on one of those trials? How do I get in one of them trials?
I mean, there's websites. I've got a link on our website to the trials. You can go look and search. And yeah, I mean, it's a whole federal database. You can go sign up for any kind of trial you're relevant to.
Our website is thedownsized.org if you want to check that out. Paul and Tina from Michigan. How long do we have before we're not able to get compounded
Well, that's the
GLP-1?
$1 million question. So right now, there's 2 different court cases happening. There's one for Tirzepatide and there's one for Semaglutide that just kicked off today. The Tirzepatide, which is the older one.
Older one of what?
Of court cases, which is the older court case, is between the OFA and the FDA. The Semaglutide is also the OFA and the FDA. So this is going to get all kinds of confusing.
I'm already confused.
All kinds of confusing. Essentially, right now, we're waiting on the court to come back and say whether there's going to be a preliminary injunction. Theoretically, that could happen this week. Theoretically, it could happen this month. It's hard to say. It depends on how long they will have to make their decision. Pretty much all the briefs have been done. The amicus brief, Eli Lilly did their piece. The FDA did their piece. They both came back and said what you would expect. We believe we're right. The OFA did theirs. We believe what we're right. So now it's up to the judge to say, well, do I want to just rule?
Or do I want to drag this out forever?
Or do I need more court?
Do I need more information?
Do I need more information? Right now it's waiting on the judge. So there's no set date.
And this has been the first time I heard, compounding might go away. What was it, October?
Yeah.
Was it September? Mm-hmm. And I was terrified. What do you mean? I just hit my goal weight. Do not take this medicine away from me. I don't know what I will do without it. So I was really upset about it. And every time another piece of news came out, I'd just get upset all over again. And then, you know what? I said, I'm not going to worry about it anymore. And here's why I'm not going to worry about it anymore. I'm just going to keep reordering it until I cannot reorder it anymore. I use Mochi Health. Mochi Health says they're not worried. They don't plan to stop compounding anytime soon. Now, some other compounders, I don't know. I only know Mochi. I've been with Mochi for over a year now. Also, I'm not worried because there are hundreds of these newer edition GLP-1 drugs in development by Eli Lilly, by Novo Nordisk, by other little
Viking Therapeutics.
Everybody wants to get a piece of this GLP-1 pie because this is billions of dollars of profit, right? So they are racing to market with these drugs. So in a year, maybe 2 years, there's going to be all kinds of different new GLP-1 drugs on the market. Hopefully that'll drive the prices down. Hopefully somebody will come out with one that's not $1,000 a month like these stupid pens are. But for now, I'm going to buy my $199 a month Mochi compounded Tirzepatide and maybe I'm going to get a 3-month supply or a 6-month supply from Mochi, and maybe I'm going to just hedge my bets a little bit, but I'm not going to worry about it because I've been worrying about my weight for 40 years. I can't.
So now that we know you're not going to worry, let's. So the semaglutide case is a whole different question. That just happened, right? So last week, the FDA took semaglutide off of the shortage list and released their dates on when they would begin to enforce the stoppage of compounding that were basically 60 days for 503As and 90 days for 503Bs from Friday. So I can't pull that data out of my head, but I did a video on it. You can go back and watch. Yesterday, Monday, the OFA, which is the Outsourcing Facilities Association, which is the trade association for compounding pharmacies that are 503B. So the manufacturers filed basically a duplicate lawsuit of the Tirzepatide lawsuit they had filed. If it follows case with the Tirzepatide lawsuit, that's going to push all the deadlines out. And basically right now the FDA says they're waiting on the Tirzepatide case, and we're just kind of hanging out to see what the judge says before enforcement begins. So there's no set date on that one. The semaglutide one's 60 and 90 days out. I think the only thing that's guaranteed here is a lot of lawyers are going to make a lot of money, and this is going to take a little while longer. In the meantime, stock up if you can, buy the 60-day, buy the 30-day. I have a prescription for that, and for the branded piece, these have very long bud dates, so we save those, and you do the best you can. So I don't know that that's a great answer, Paul.
There's no set date at this point. We don't know. Ada says, wondering if this has happened to you. Received 10 milligram in a 2 milliliter vial with 4 doses, 50 units each instead of 5 milligrams that I thought I would have received, and it was not cold. Different pharmacy sent it.
Not sure I understand that math.
You got a 10 milligram dose instead of a 5 milligram dose?
No, it's not the dose.
Yeah, that's what she's saying.
No, I think she's saying the amount of fluid in the vial.
10 milligram in a 2 milliliter vial with 4 doses instead of 5 milligram that I thought I would have received. Now, if this is, I don't know what pharmacy it is or what
the first thing is go back and read the instructions very carefully, because every compounding pharmacy does this a little bit different, and it's easy to get confused.
I'm confused just reading this.
Right.
But first of all, if it comes to you and it's not cold, call your telehealth person. Mochi has a 24/7 hotline. Call them immediately. Let them know. Let them walk through it with you and see what they can do for you, because you want your medicine to arrive cold. And you always want to read the directions on your medication as far as the dosage.
Correct.
And if something's off, you better let them know as soon as you receive it. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but
yeah. So if you received a higher dose, I mean, you can always talk to your prescriber, and they can tell you what to pull out of it to make the right dose if that's appropriate. But I would call whoever that came from and say, "What's going on?" Mm-hmm. Shorty, thank you for being a member.
Hey, Shorty.
Hello.
Patty, love the before and after pictures. Amazing. Yeah, take pictures, especially if you're your weight you're kind of stuck, or maybe you're at a plateau. Compare pictures. It's very eye-opening. Were you afraid to give yourself a shot? Yes. Christopher had to give me my first 3 or 4, 5 shots. I would not do it. I was terrified.
So the weird and interesting story is I had never given myself a shot, but one of our friends that was actually a bridesmaid in our wedding had gone through IVF, and she couldn't give herself a shot. And, you have to do regular shots with that. And her husband was out of town or something. So she came over here and she was like, "Can you give me a shot?" And I'm like, this feels very personal. I don't know. And, the first time you give somebody else a shot, believe it or not, I think it's actually harder, because
you don't know.
You don't know how hard to press down, and the skin's a little tougher, and you don't want to I'm more worried about hurting them than I am hurting me. Right.
Yeah.
But so I had done that a couple of times, and then when we started this, I had to give myself a shot, and this lovely would not do it herself.
I can't do it. I can't, because we get the vial, we get the insulin syringes, Okay, I do wipe the things, I wipe the skin, I draw it out. I'm like, I can't do it. Well, and now we've been doing this for 72 weeks. I've basically given myself over 60 shots. One pharmacy we got from it, I had to do 2 shots to do the right dose. Anyway, that's not
all that to be said. This is a very
now.
thin needle. You will barely feel it. It goes very quickly. It's not bad.
I find if you pinch, like you want to inject it into fat. So pinch, like, the Special K, pinch an inch. So pinch an inch on the front of your stomach, and then you want to inject into that pinched part, and you hardly feel it.
And if you're doing, I don't know if you have the compounded or the pens, but so here's a Zepbound Mounjaro pen. Here's an Ozempic Wegovy pen. These are super easy.
Yeah.
The scariest thing about these is the sound, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Because it makes a kind of loud click, which is a little startling. You don't feel the shot, really. It's no big deal. You'll be okay. You got this.
Yeah.
Miss Alexis is giving out hearts.
Hello.
Thank you, Miss Alexis. Patty says her husband had to do it. Johnny was on the ABC cruise.
Ah, yay. Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. We did snorkeling in Bonaire. It was fantastic. Does Mochi pay for your cruises? No. Sadly, no. I wish they would. Maybe we can get them to do that. I know they sponsor them, but do you get to cruise on them? So we just enjoyed cruising. We own our own business. We work from home. So it's easy for us to take advantage of when we find a deal at a time of the year that's not busy for us. And so
the Downsized at Sea cruise, they're sponsoring. They don't sponsor any other cruises.
This is the one they're sponsoring.
If they'd like to give us money, I'll take it. But there's one that they're sponsoring, and really what's happening with that is they're supplementing a little bit of the cost for us, because it costs us something to do it. And then you'll see that there's a really good swag bag. There's some good stuff that you're getting, and there'll be some other benefits that, because we're getting some cash from them, we can make sure that the folks coming on the Downsized cruise have a great time. And we have to pay
have swag bags.
Yeah, we have to pay for spaces to do meet and greets, and there's costs associated with it
and stuff. So so this is our first
sponsored cruise.
Christopher and I have done like 30 cruises,
something like that total. Yeah.
So we like cruising, so we decided to get a group together, and we asked Mochi. We said, "Hey, you want to sponsor our cruise?" And they said, "Of course we do." And so they're the presenting sponsor for the Downsized cruise, the first inaugural year of the Downsized at Sea Downsized cruise. Hopefully it'll go more than 1 year. Hopefully we'll have lots as the years go by. But
I think theoretically, if we had a large enough group cruise, the people running the cruises will get their room free. We don't have a cruise that large, so
no. I think currently we have about 47 people signed
like
up.
That.
So come join us. Yeah, go to thedownsized.org for all the details. Black Squirrel, I was so afraid to take my first shot. I took it to my weight management class and asked the nurse to do it for me. So easy after the first one. Well, that's good. That was nice of the nurse to do that for you. Definitely ask a friend, phone a friend.
All right, there's 182 viewers out there right now with 98 likes, so almost to 100. We always love to get to 100. So hello to everybody. I'm Christopher. This is Laraine. We are the Downsized, and we talk about GLP-1s and the disease of obesity and weight loss. Downsizing Diva.
Mounjaro anniversary down 60.8, and I'm so excited. Good job, Downsizing Diva. You can check out our interview with Shay, the Downsizing Diva. She also has her own YouTube channel. You can check that out if you would like to follow along with her weight loss journey. 60 pounds. That's awesome. Hello, everyone. I'm joining late. Well, hello, Chrissy. We're glad to have you here. Thanks for saying hello.
Darian, you're killing me, man. Happy Mounjaro anniversary and down to the sexy 60 weight loss at Downsizing Diva. Darian, you're the man.
Hey, it's Darian. Good evening, LD, CD, and Downsizers. My Mochi order that I received today came from UPS as well. They must have gotten some special deal with UPS. Maybe UPS started giving them better rates.
So Chrissy says, is it true that Eli Lilly is offering higher dose of vials now? So that one I did one live this morning, and then I did another about a, I don't know, 9 or 10 minute long video. The second video was on Eli Lilly launching additional doses of the vials. So they're only sold through Eli Lilly Direct. It's all cash prices. There's no coupons. There's no insurance. It's just a cash price. And they added the 7.5 and the 10. So 2 more doses. It's still no 12.5 or 15 for $4.99 a month for the doses. Now, the caveat there is you basically go into a subscription plan and you need to order it every 45 days, I think it is. If you do not, the price will go up the next time you order it if you go past that 45 days, and I think it goes up $100. So, they want you to take the medication and use it in a timely fashion and not split the dosage. But yeah, I would expect to see the remaining doses come out in the next few months, probably. $4.99, although it's not the price I wish it was. I wish it was in the $200 range. Is a pretty significant decrease for them. So they've got some room to play. They're looking to sell a lot more of this, and they're signaling to Wall Street that by adding vials, they can keep up with capacity, and they're signaling honestly to the demand. They can keep up with demand. They're signaling to the judge as well. I mean, we don't know what all of the information was given to the judge about the stocking capacity, but if they can release all the vials, and then there are vial factories all over the world, they can keep up.
Yeah. So the vial isn't the hard thing to make. It's these crazy pen injector things that are holding up production. So,
and one of the things they said was ease of use with the vials. So I did a whole video on it. You can go back and watch that. Let's see here.
I just received a message from Mochi stating Akita can now ship to Michigan. Woo woo. So now we can get the 6-month supply. Can't wait to get a blue box with the goodies. Yes. All right. Great. So, compounding pharmacies are licensed by the state. They are not regulated by the FDA, but they are licensed by the state. So that's why sometimes a compounding pharmacy cannot ship to your state. So, Mochi, when you get a shipment from their compounding pharmacy, Akita, they ship to you in this cute little blue box, and you get a blue thermos, and they have blue cold packs in them, and it's a very discreet little box as opposed to like these space wrapped packages that I used to get from like other ones like Hallandale or Red Rock. They have to be insulated because they have to keep things cold. So I like the blue boxes because I take them out of the thermos thing, put them in the blue box, and put the whole box into my refrigerator.
Darium says, thanks, Dee Dee. That's Downsizing DV. You're doing well. Congrats. She calls him King Darium, KD. So Johnny's telling you that next step up is 11.24.
Okay. Sorry. Yep. I don't know all their new doses. I think if you're prone to IBS and you get nauseous from that, you'll most likely experience the nausea from the peptides.
I'm not sure. Maybe is the answer to that. Maybe not. I've read a couple.
Do you have IBS?
No, I don't have diagnosis. I have.
What is IBS? Is that where
irritable bowel syndrome?
I know what it stands.
Yeah. I certainly
go
have.
Too often.
I certainly have a very active and aggressive bowel at occasion. It doesn't rise to that occasion, but it's probably just under it. There's a lot of research being done by Lilly right now around some of the side effects, and I don't know that they've been able to tie one thing to the other, but maybe it's possible.
I was going to say something, but my main side effect is constipation. I think I always had constipation. I just didn't ever pay attention to it, and this really slowed things down. So now I have to pay attention to it, and I manage it with fiber gummies and sometimes Mag07. But I'm on Mounjaro for 4 months, down 39 pounds. I feel so much better. Well, that's great, Mary. Congratulations. Yay. We throw confetti for you. Yeah. Congratulations at Mindy M. You're crushing it. She is. Mindy's everywhere.
Did I miss a Mindy one?
I think earlier? She was said.
You told us, Mindy. Yeah. Let's see here.
Butterfly My Sky 777. I don't think I've seen you around here before, Butterfly My Sky 777, but hello. I've been on Zepbound 2.5 milligrams for 4 weeks and went to the doctor last week to weigh in for the first time and lost 20 pounds. Holy moly, Butterfly My Sky 777. I'm the one from Cherryville, North Carolina.
Well.
Hi, neighbors. Hi, that's awesome. Now, most people do not lose 20 pounds the first month. I think even the illustrious Christopher Durham lost 17 pounds his first month. I think I can tell you because I keep a spreadsheet. My first month, I lost 6.8 pounds. But you know what? Everybody's results are different, but that's awesome. My Mounjaro vials expire May 2026. Oh, Canada. Yeah.
I think it's all depending on the factory there.
No, just kidding.
We love Canadians. It's all good.
We love Canada. We were on the cruise ship, and there was this guy who had a T-shirt that said, "Canada is not for sale." Why? What's that? That's not bad. I thought it was funny. Moving on. Thanks. All come cruise with us, everyone. Yes, come on the Downsized cruise. I just took shot number 7. 0.5 dose Semaglutide from Weight Watchers. Have went from 197 to 186, hoping I can continue if Weight Watchers can continue to get meds.
So
we shall see. Yeah, I never went through the Weight Watchers clinic because I could never figure out the price. Like they wanted you to put your credit card in before you. I don't know, maybe they changed it now, but I'm glad it's working for you. You two are great. You'll get to 100,000 subscribers. Here we come. But first, y'all have to click like and subscribe. So how many viewers are on here? 195-ish?
Yeah.
And only 118 likes. Who doesn't like me? Is someone out there not like me? You're going to hurt my feelings. Click the like button.
You know what? Every video, there's always one person that
unsubscribes.
No, there's one that unsubscribes and there's one that doesn't like. I think it's the same guy. I think it's the same person. I think they just subscribe so they can go.
Well, and we can see so many analytics through YouTube, like more than you ever thought to even ask about, right? So I'm always like, who disliked this video so much that they unsubscribed from my channel?
You know, I think sometimes the sheer variety of what we do, it's news, it's chat, it's cooking.
Sometimes it's confusing.
I think sometimes people are like, I didn't sign up for that. So
I wanted news only. Why is Laraine talking about how long it took her to lose weight? So yeah, we do a lot of different things. So that's just who we are. So
yeah.
Welcome.
Mel B, I think they were talking about Retatrutide would be my guess.
Retatrutide.
You're smiling.
Testing.
Downsizing Diva says she's going to talk about the cruise again this week on her channel. That's also going to sell. Well, that ship holds 4,000 people, so that would be impressive.
That would be cool. Rose, are they Lilly direct vials? I think that's what
they were talking about before.
Melissa, thank you for all the info you provide. You're welcome, Melissa. I hope you've liked and subscribed. I agree, Laraine. Folks shouldn't be too worried. Or Forglipron. We did that on the news this week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Will be on the market in 2026. The pill will be a game changer for maintenance. Okay, so everybody out there's going, what the heck is Orforglipron? It's the next generation GLP medication that's being tested in trials right now, and it's a pill form.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember how much Lilly has invested in inventory for it? I think it was $541 million in inventory.
And Lilly's doing this Orforglipron, right? So can you imagine sitting here a year from now and maybe we don't have to take an injection anymore. Maybe we have a pill that works even better.
Well, I'm not sure that's the way it'll work, but
how do you think how's it going?
I mean, if you believe Dave Ricks, the CEO of Eli Lilly, we've done a couple of videos on it.
Mm-hmm.
Their thought is they'll have Retatrutide out, they'll have Tirzepatide out, and they'll have Orforglipron. Retatrutide will give you, if you believe their numbers, even better weight loss than Tirzepatide.
Even better than Tirzepatide.
That your doctor will be able to prescribe the appropriate one to you based off how much weight you are and where you are.
I want the most effective, fastest weight loss one there is.
But
at
so
all time.
You may start out if you have 100 pounds to lose or something on a retatrutide or a Tirzepatide,
and then you may switch
over. Or if you only have 30 pounds to lose or 50 pounds to lose, or what, you may just do the pill.
So a year from now, friends, if you're on your GLP-1 journey, if you're losing a pound a week, that's 52 pounds down in a year. 2 pounds a week, 104 pounds in a year. So a year from now, most of us could be on maintenance. And some of us could be 100 pounds down into our journey. And what would that look like? And maybe a pill will come out that we could take for maintenance instead of a shot. And maybe it'll be cheaper. And
I think it'll be a lot cheaper. I think Lilly's goal will be to basically have the 74% of America who's overweight or obese on one of these drugs. And it's going to take a lot lower price to do that.
So what do we report in the news? 4% of Americans currently take a GLP-1 drug.
I thought it was 6%, but I could be wrong.
Let's say 6%. And then the quote for the number of people that have overweight or obesity in the U.S. is 74%.
Correct.
74% of Americans have, now we don't say are overweight or obese. Now we say they have overweight or they have obesity. Like somebody has high blood pressure or they have high cholesterol or they have obesity, right? So maybe you take a long-term medication for high blood pressure. So now you're taking a long-term medication for obesity. Who cares? No big deal. I forget what my point was to this.
It's always hard to say what your point is. I don't know.
Obesity is a disease.
Where were you going, though?
Obesity is a disease. It's been, we had a debate with somebody on the comments today that was trying to say obesity is not a disease. The American Medical Association says that obesity is a disease, and that's good enough for me. And Oprah says it. So there you are.
I think that guy was actually saying that obesity was more complex than one thing, and there was probably a variety of types of obesity.
I would agree with that. I think people start having a problem with their weight for various reasons, whether it's genetics, whether it's something genetic and then something in your environment triggers it, whether pregnancy triggered something in your body, menopause triggered something in your body.
An injury, yeah. There's a lot of things.
Stopping, there's a host of things, right? So,
well, and the presumption is at some point we know enough about the disease of obesity that you can categorize it and do testing for it. And there's enough medications out there that your doctor could say, well, you have this kind of obesity and this medicine is the best thing to treat that.
Yeah.
Versus really just the two big ones we have and a few older ones right now. They're just kind of blunt hammers, right? They're just kind of knocking at the fat.
I want the fastest, most effective one. That's the one I want.
Well,
right?
Throw in cost and all of a sudden the equation gets changed.
Well, I mean, look at what we're paying for this. And also back to the nature versus biology question. Barb, I don't know if Barb's still on here, Health at Any Cost. On her blog, she talks about how she had her tonsils out at age 6. And her mother says after that, she was never the same. So, sometimes something in the environment can, I believe, trigger.
So Chrissy says, is one judge going to decide the future of Tirzepatide that impacts millions of people? I hope not. It would be very unfair. Well, so let's take that apart a little bit. So Tirzepatide is the drug that is owned by Eli Lilly as a patent. So technically they decide what happens with it. The reason that it has been available to compound was because it was in shortage. That's the legal loophole that the FDA allowed it. So what has happened was Eli Lilly came back to the FDA and said, we're no longer in shortage. The FDA did an investigation. Now, we don't all believe the investigation was done all that well, but, and said, yeah, okay, it's not in shortage. So it came off that. So that legal position goes away for 503B pharmacies. For 503A pharmacies, which are your local compounding pharmacy that does personalized prescriptions, it leaves it open for them to continue to do. So in all likelihood, they'll be able to do that at some level because you're allergic, because you need something extra, you need a different dose, whatever. And there's lawyers that'll fight for that out. The judge today is not really deciding on Tirzepatide. They're deciding on whether the FDA followed the law as it's written. Now, that's sort of this fuzzy gray thing, and we're not all lawyers. So I'm certainly not one. But what the OFA, the trade association, is saying is the FDA did not follow the rules and regulations that they should have followed to make this decision. So they've got to go back and do that. So the judge is trying to decide whether that's true or not today.
And the whole decision is
Tirzepatide in shortage.
Tirzepatide in shortage or not.
Correct.
Not is it going to be taken away or not. The whole thing is it in shortage or not? Eli Lilly says it's not in shortage. The OFA says, we think you're wrong, Eli Lilly.
They think you're wrong, and we think you didn't follow the appropriate government rules and regulations, the process to do it. Like they have to have public comment. There's all these things around it that they say should happen. So the judge, it's really a procedural question at this point. And if the judge comes back and says there's an injunction, well, we need to do more stuff, we'll be able to continue to get it. If the judge comes back and says the FDA ruled, they followed the rules, it is what it is, then Tirzepatide will no longer be in shortage, as the FDA says, and 503Bs will no longer be allowed to compound in mass. 503As will have to follow the FDA regulations as they're written. So it'll probably reduce it dramatically.
Mochi
it's a crazy, stupid, complicated thing that, to be quite frank, if Lilly and Novo Nordisk would lower their prices to
$200 a month,
$200 a month,
$200
it would shut down compounding altogether. There would be no reason for it. Compounding was never designed to be a long-term solution for this.
But right now, it's the process of making these pens just takes so long, and that's why they got into shortage in the first place. So.
Well, and they didn't properly anticipate the demand. And Rick said that. I mean, in the quarterly call, Rick was like, we've never had a drug like this. We didn't know this was going to happen.
We didn't know it was going to work so good. No, they knew it was going to work so good. They did all the trials. They had the data.
Yeah, the problem is before you start selling it, you're sitting there going, I need to invest hundreds of millions of dollars. And you've got to convince Wall Street and your board, and they're like, we've heard this story before.
Well, now they're making billions per quarter, so I think we're there. Patty says, I'm new at this live chat, so please bear with me. This is for Abby. Yes, I was afraid to give myself my first shot, so I had my husband give it to me. Thank goodness for those husbands, right? What would we do without them? Eric K says, hey, from a new member. Hey, Eric K, thank you for being a member of Club Downsized. We are glad that you are here. Mindy says, hey, welcome. RPs. When will you be showing the interview with the Countess? It is on our channel now.
Yep.
So if you go to the Downsized Dish interviews.
Yeah, if you're you can search for it on your phone. It's a little easier. It's a little easier on the computer. There's actually sections. You can scroll down to Downsized Dish and click on that and see all the interviews. There's 30 or 40 at this point. I don't even know how many interviews there are, but it's there. It's like an hour and a half interview. She was fascinating, honestly.
So if I go to, there's us live. That's very meta. So if I go to Downsized and then I go to, how do I search? I got to go to the main page, right? Right?
You got to go to the channel, correct?
How do I go to the channel? I push down the Downsized.
Okay, we don't need a YouTube lesson right now, babe.
Well, I was just wondering how to do it myself so I could tell somebody how to do it. I would search the Downsized Countess of Shopping,
yep.
And it should,
you'll get it.
It should search YouTube for it that way. The needles provided by OG. What's OG? Are pretty tiny. They're nice. I really don't feel anything.
Maybe Mochi and it just corrected. I don't know. Hard to say.
They're very thin, these ones. Ada says, I was so confused too. Freaks out. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. I read the instructions and I called them twice. They said it was equal to 5 milligrams, just more liquid. I'm making doctor appointment tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, so every pharmacy does it a little different.
Yeah.
And it's really about the concentration of medication in the liquid. And the liquid is really just a sterile water, basically a back water. So they could do, they all do it a little bit differently.
Yeah, I'm trying to think back to, when you took chemistry in high school and you mixed up the compounds. It's kind of like you could have different, what do you call it? Not saturations, but
concentration.
Maybe like a super saturated.
It would be concentration, yes.
I gotta go back to chemistry and
it would still be concentration.
Mm-hmm. No, but there's a word for it. I'm not recalling it.
Yeah, okay.
You can also apply an ice pack for a minute before you do your injection.
Age is a number by Barbara Jean.
Age is just a number.
Yeah.
Joni says, this is why Mochi produced a special dose of 11.24 milligrams. I was surprised at first, but then realized why they gave me that dose, different from Eli Lilly.
Right.
Yeah.
So they've actually added another level. So for me, who have been on 15 or the highest Eli Lilly dose for 5 months, when I got the 16.6, it was about 10% more. And I think that little bit of extra medicine kind of pushed me over the edge to be able to get to my goal, which was good.
Some of the Mochi doses I know, like they start at 2.2 instead of the Eli Lilly dose of 2.5. So they go 2.2, 4.4, 6.6, where the Eli Lilly doses go 2.5, 5, 7.5, 10, 12.5, 15. And then Mochi added a top dose of 16.6, which might have given Christopher that little bump that he needed. Mm-hmm. How many cruises have y'all done since you started losing weight?
Archie's auntie. I don't know. I have to do that math in your head.
One where I didn't take my shot, and then one where I took my shot, and then
4 or 5,
another
probably.
one, 3, 4, 5. Maybe this was the 6th one.
Yeah.
In 72 weeks. And a couple of those were cruises out of Charleston, South Carolina, which is a 3-hour drive from our house. So those were really easy when the Carnival Sunshine went out of Charleston. Now they stopped going out of Charleston. So now we have to go all the way to Florida, which is about 6 hours to Port Canaveral, and I don't even know how many to Fort Lauderdale. I'm not driving to Fort Lauderdale.
Another couple hours south.
So yeah, my 3-month bud is November 2025. Your 3-month supply. Yeah. So there's like 6 months out. So that's a nice stretch there. Am I the only one who prefers the insulin syringe over the pen? Maybe. I feel more in control with compounded. You know what? I have too. So I've taken 2 or 3 shots from a pen of Christopher's stuff, and it is more jarring. I mean, I would
the sound
get used to it. Click, click, click. And this, I mean, I can control exactly like where I'm putting it. I can see it go in. I can see I mean, it's just, I don't know. Maybe it's just what you get used to. I'm just going to go with whatever's cheapest, whatever works the best.
Well, I think that's the reality is if somebody can hit this and have an effective drug at a great price, even if it's a little less effective at a great price, the odds of them winning is really high.
Well, how much less price, I guess, question.
Yeah.
True, first shot was hard to do, but glad to say I just took shot 5 today and up to 5.0 dose and very little side effects at all.
That's awesome.
All right, that's what we like to hear.
Eric K., who's a member.
Pinch your skin. Inject into the pinched part. I always do my stomach. So the recommended places for shots are around your belly button and your stomach, the back of your arm, which is kind of, I don't know, maybe hard to get to, and top of the thigh. So my friend Elaine swears that the top of the thigh broke her stall once. So some people report that. There's no really scientific data on that, but I mean, you just have to practice. Yeah. It gets easier. 39 weeks in, I'm down around 30 kilograms, 66.14 pounds, starting to feel cute again. The nectarine man. Nectarine man. You must be in the UK.
I'm feeling cute.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. Not really. It's Durham. Oh my God. What's up, Mel? The marvelous. Thank you for the updates today on the FDA and the price adjustments for Eli Lilly. You're welcome. That was all Christopher Durham. I stocked up on a 3-month supply of 15 milligram pre-filled. Oh, please don't tell me about pre-filled injections through Medivant Healthcare last month. They are a 503B facility. 2 weeks later, my Medicare plan approved Zepbound 15 milligram for sleep apnea.
So did you actually get 3 months of syringes?
12
or are you
syringes?
going in and they've got them in stock for you and they're giving you the shot? Because we've heard it both ways. What I would say is if you have the compounded, I would for sure use that first, especially if you've already paid for it, because the Zepbound, go ahead and get it through your Medicare plan. But the Zepbound, the bud dates on those are a long way out, so you could stock up a little bit.
And where you live, it might be hard to get. Sometimes it's hard to get Zepbound. Like it's a little bit easier now than it was a year ago. Walgreens sometimes still has to order it. CVS says they still have to order it. But I've been able to find it but it might take a week. Eric, if you have extra needles, practice on an orange first. All right. That's how paramedics and nurses started back in the day. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
I've never heard that.
Suggestion.
Mm-hmm. I just joined Mochi, so I'll be using a syringe. I've been using the Zepbound pens for the last 10 months. All right. So you know what the kind of the shot feels like with the pen. So the syringe is just.
And the interesting difference, because I do have done both. I mean, like on the cruise, I took one of these with me. The sound is what gets me on these. I actually prefer this, believe it or not. But I don't mind the needle at all. The sound is that clicking sound is a little jarring every time I do it. And because it's spring loaded, it has a little bit of a hammer effect. Like you can kind of feel it hitting your skin. With the needle, you can just slide it right in.
Mm-hmm.
It is so thin. It just takes a little bit of practice. Pinch it, go, and you'll be done in seconds, just like you are with the pen.
Wish Akita was able to ship to Arkansas. Maybe someday, Taryn. Hang in there. Abby Clark. With Mochi, does it come in thermos every time you order? Yes. If your state is serviced by Akita Pharmacy, you will get a blue thermos that says Mochi on it, and your vials will be in that blue thermos. And I had a bunch of them. I used them to ship some cold packs of some things, but yeah, you can send them back and they will recycle them, or you can just use them for water. I use them when I travel. It's
I mean, they're basically just like any other water thermos.
Mm-hmm. I have IBS for about 15 years now, and I'm not experiencing any nausea. That's good. In fact, I think it's actually helping. That's what you're.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have true IBS, but I have a very active digestive system, and
it helps slow things down.
Yeah, it has slowed me down to where I still really the only side effect I get of any bad thing is diarrhea, and it's at this point on 16.6 and 70 weeks in, maybe once a month or so I'll get it for a day and then it's done. Whereas prior to this, you go out on any given Tuesday and I might need a restroom within 5 minutes of leaving.
I have to go home right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah.
It's great that Medicare approved it. Hopefully they'll start covering weight loss drugs, but I'm not counting on it.
Yeah, I don't know. Politics is too much of a wild card right now. We'll see.
To say the least. I enjoyed your Factor review. I have tried them when I was on keto and enjoyed all their meals that I ordered. Yeah, so Christopher and I ordered some meals from Factor, which is a meal delivery service. You can go, if they ship to your state, you have to make sure they service your area. You can go online, pick what meals you want, and they will ship them to you in cold packs. And they're not frozen meals, they're fresh meals. So you have to eat them within, I think, 7 days or so. They want you to eat them. Some people freeze them. We never froze any of them, but we tried them and we just wanted to see how they were. And we actually liked them. The price, they always have a promotion or money off or whatever. If you want to look at our Factor, and we weren't paid to do this. We just wanted to see what they were like. So they gave us a code to share with, I think they give everybody a code, kind of like Mochi. So if you want to look at our factor video and try it, there's a code there. You can
and it was interesting because I cook pretty much every day, and I like to cook, so it's not a burden to me. But a couple of nights a week, like tonight when we do a live, I don't really like to cook. I don't want to have to clean. I don't want to do all those things. So something like a factor meal, it's not a cheap, crummy frozen dinner. I mean,
it's not a lean cuisine.
It's not a lean cuisine or a healthy choice. It's not as expensive as ordering DoorDash or whatever. So you're in that like $7 to $12 range. And the quality of the food was pretty impressive, honestly. And it's real ingredients, real broccoli, real chicken. I don't know. I wouldn't do it every day by any stretch of the means, but I think it's a good solution for a lot of things.
And I think a lot of people got hung up on the fact that these meals, the factor meals, were around 500, 600 calories. And some people are like, oh, that's too many calories. But really, how many calories are you eating a day? And if you're eating 3 meals in a day, that's probably a proper number of calories for dinner. And, you really have to like readjust what we've been kind of trained by the diet culture and lean cuisine and Special K and all that stuff we've been doing for years. I've been on Mounjaro for 7 months. A1C went from 7.6 to 5.2 in 3 months. I lost 34 pounds and I'm at maintenance weight. Feeling good in Taylor. I know where Taylor is.
South Carolina.
I went to Riverside High School.
Yep.
Used to live in Greer, South Carolina.
I grew up in Malden, just outside of Greenville. So we're very familiar with that area of the world. Let me get back up here. Good to see you. Well, thank you, Adriana. You're a member, and thank you for saying we're great. We appreciate it.
So I saw something on, I think it was Facebook or Instagram the other day, and it really like brought something to the front of my brain that I hadn't thought about in a long time. It's the Special K commercials in the early 2000s. Do you remember, maybe you guys remember this? They said, replace 2 meals a day with a bowl of Special K and lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks. So, of course, I did this for a while, right? And they had a goal of where, I think this woman hung a red bikini like on her refrigerator. So every day she was eating her bowl of Special K and she was looking at that red bikini and marking off the days till she went to the beach.
Probably cut your calories in half. Of course you could do that. I could do that by eating 2 Chick-fil-A sandwiches a day.
Right? I mean, and this was before like anybody thought about carbs, really. It was like, nobody really thought about carbs. It was more like eating so many calories a day, and nobody really focused on the complexity of those calories, where they came from or anything. So I remember doing that Special K diet, and I remember wanting a red bathing suit like that. And so now, it's 20 years later, and I finally get to my goal weight after doing every diet in America, now going on GLP-1s, and finally this works, right? And the first thing I wanted to do was buy a red bathing suit, and I did not remember that Special K commercial, but I bought a red bathing suit on Amazon. I bought a 2-piece red bikini, 55-year-old me in a red bikini, and I might post a picture of it someday. Christopher took a picture of me when we were at the beach. And I had totally forgotten that the reason why I wanted that red bikini was from that Special K commercial. And then I saw that, remember the Special K commercial? It was like in a Facebook reel or something. And I was like, diet culture is so ingrained in my brain. Like, I don't even know where all these things came from, but it came from a commercial, or it came from a magazine or an article I read or something I saw on TV. So it's really like crazy to unwrap all these years of not disordered eating, but eating like weird foods, right? I want to eat normal foods. I want to eat 3 meals a day. I don't want to eat powders or potions, or I'll supplement here and there, but real food. Okay. That's all I have to say about that. Word Kirky says, glad to see price drop. List price for Zepbound without insurance. The Lilly Direct is $1,000. I mean, your pharmacy may vary. Got rid of all the PBMs, 74%, and you're left with a cost of $275.60. Huh? Who? Where? Where is that? Where
He's doing math. Are you not understanding what he's saying?
I'm not.
So if list price of the drug is $1,000,
Yeah,
and
but it's not. But okay.
But it's an easy math.
Yeah.
There is $1,000. It's above that, but that's fine. 1,070 or 1,060. He's probably right. If the number that the Novo Nordisk CEO said in the congressional hearing is correct, 74 cents on every dollar, it goes to PBMs. If you are eliminated PBMs,
74% off.
it would be 74% off, and it gets it to 275.60. I haven't done the math, but I believe Woodkirky, he can probably use a calculator. I think you're right, Woodkirky. I mean, PBM reform, or honestly PBM elimination, would get rid of a lot of cost here. And my target price would be right at $200 a month for most of these medications right now. And I think I'd love to see the pill or orforglipron at $100 a month. So I don't know. We'll see. I think today was a good first step. I think it was a great step.
I'd love to see no PBMs and $275 a month. But how do we get rid of PBMs?
It's going to take a lot of lobbying, a lot of voting for the right people.
Who do I have to call? Which manager do I need to speak to get rid of this PBM person?
Well, I mean, both sides of the aisle are talking about it now, so it's possible, but our system's not known for moving quickly.
Mabel Balazuda. How much is Tirzepatide, including membership, per month and dose? Well, at Mochi Health, you can get compounded Tirzepatide for $199 a month for any dose of Tirzepatide. Plus, you will pay a $79 a month membership fee, which covers your online doctor visits. And if you want to talk to a nutritionist, it covers that as well. So that's how much it is.
Barb says she's here. Hello, Barb. Health at any cost.
Yeah, I tell the tonsil story, Barb. Yeah. I love the tonsil story. I'm curious about the new drugs and how they will or will not help type 2 diabetes.
Well, so it's interesting, Mindy, if you listen, and I know you listen to our news, and I appreciate that. If you go back and look, and I try to put the links to the research in there. I don't typically cover the type 2 diabetes portion of it, but there's always data there. And most of those are actually done on type 2 diabetics. Which is why, like, if you see Cloakster comment, he'll always say this study was done on a type 2 diet. We always tell you if it was as well. But what that typically means is if you're not type 2 diabetic, that medication should work a little bit better for obesity. So there's data out there. I can send you links if I haven't put them in there. So, but yeah, no, I mean, it's a fascinating time right now.
Oh my God. I love the way you guys just describe the differences in types of obesity and overweight diseases. Well, thank you. I'm excited for all the new medications in the pipeline. Me too, it's Darium. I hope it expands the use for people for which semaglutide Tirzepatide is less than effective. Yeah, so and we've seen that here and there around the YouTube land. Like some people lose 100, 150 pounds and they kind of just stop and maybe they have more to go. So these new medications are definitely giving people hope.
All right. Let's see here. Ada Gonzalez. Thank you for joining. Ada. Let's see here. Ada, we'll give you a dancing girl. Toot, toot, toot.
We'll do some Zumba moves. Anybody teach Zumba out there? Where do I find Zumba in my town?
It seems like you could Google that.
I used to get ads for it on Facebook. Become a Zumba instructor. I don't know why they were targeting me. Maybe because I talk about cardio dance all the time. But
Chrissy says, thank you for the explanation. I'm from Central Europe and don't quite understand the American medical system. All I understand is that it is indeed screwed up.
Many things here, Chrissy.
And honestly, before we started taking these medications, I had no clue.
I didn't know what a pharmacy benefit manager was, like prior authorization. So our doctor writes a prescription. The doctor sends the prescription to the pharmacy. I go to the pharmacy. The pharmacy says, oh, your insurance, they submit it to the insurance. The insurance says, oh, you need a prior authorization from the doctor. The doctor just prescribed it. Oh, but they want to make sure that the doctor really meant to prescribe this medicine.
Well, and there's just a lot of layers of profit because we have
that happens and they still reject it.
Right. Because we have a for-profit system. Everybody gets a little piece, and that's America. That's fine. But the drug manufacturer who created it gets a piece. The drugstore gets a piece. The distributor gets a piece. The PBM, which is a middleman person who does negotiation is theoretically making it cheaper also gets a piece, usually the largest piece. The carrier who, because this is all refrigerated, it has to, and distributed, gets a piece of it. It's just very complicated. And there's got to be a way to make it a little simpler and a little cheaper.
So as long as I receive Tirzepatide with vitamin B from Mochi, I should be okay. That's what we're thinking. And Mochi changed their doses, so that's different too. So fingers crossed.
So that they're lawyers and all that, and that's what they're saying. And now, is that what's going to happen? I don't know. I guarantee you what's going to happen is Eli Lilly's lawyers are going to go file some things, and there's going to be a lot of court action, and the FDA is going to file things, and judges will sort it out. But we're not to that point yet.
We're not even there yet. So it's Durham says, I liken the concentration of meds to the concentration of fat in milk. Skim milk to heavy cream. Interesting. An 8 ounce glass of skim versus cream would have different concentrations of fat. Brilliant. Brilliant, Durham. Yes. So they're both an 8 ounce glass. One has no fat. One has 2% fat concentration. One has whole milk has, I don't know.
It's 4%.
4% concentration. So yeah, it's just mixed up differently. The fat's mixed up with the milk, or they actually remove the fat. But yeah, that's a good analogy. You like that?
Sure. Jamie B says, why does Christopher refuse to lift weights? Here's the thing: my journey, my choice.
My body, my choice.
That's right.
All right. I can't get them to. Maybe someday. We'll keep trying. Hey, Downsized fam, Taisha. Hey, Taisha, what's up? Thanks for being a member of Club Downsized. EA, I like the syringe better. All right. Yep, it's definitely cheaper for us. Mel B says Lilly Direct has added a whole new section on their website for sleep apnea. They have a link to a telehealth company specializing in sleep care. They're offering consultations. How would you know? How would an online telehealth provider know if you had sleep apnea?
Well,
maybe you're already
that would happen, and they could send you to various local.
They'd send you for testing.
Yeah.
All right. I can't just say, "Hey, I got sleep apnea. Give me some of that Zepbound."
No, there's real testing, and they hook you up to devices, and there's all kinds of real testing.
I don't know. I'll be happy with whatever Tirzepatide I can get that's affordable and helps me stay in maintenance because I lost all my weight. I don't need the most powerful. I just need help. I just need something to help me maintain. Yeah, same, CC. I mean, but isn't that what everybody always wants? Like, give me the most powerful drug. Tirzepatide works better than Semaglutide. That's what I want to start with. But yeah, now that I'm in maintenance, you're in maintenance, I just want to stay in maintenance forever, right? So whatever I can do to stay there. We just got a super chat from Piggy. How many people that use telehealth see actual value for the membership fee, i.e. Mochi? Well, it pays for the doctor visit. Or do you only check in with doctor as needed to get the goods? Piggy, you always ask these very
there's no way to know the number answer to that, Piggy. I mean, I see
it's what you got to do to get
I think everybody does their healthcare differently. I see people on Facebook all the time, and honestly, it stuns me because they're like, well, I don't like my provider. Can you tell me the one you like? I'm kind of in the vein of I would only talk to them when I need them. I don't need you for anything else. But it's because I use my local physician. So to me, that membership fee is really just a doctor. You're paying to talk to the doctor. That's all it is.
For the doctor
now, for Mochi, you also have the access to a nutritionist. Depending on which plan you have, that you may have access to a therapist now they've launched. So it really depends on how much you want to engage with it. What percentage of people is that? I have no idea, man. I don't have a clue. We deeply appreciate your the super chat.
Super chat. Super chat.
You're the man, Piggy. We're gonna have to get you on for a downsized dish interview, man.
Yeah. So come on, if you want to come on the Downsized Dish, send me an email to Laraine at thedownsized.org, and we'll set you up. Send me an email. I'm gonna send you a link to our calendar.
That's right.
It's really just that easy because we need people to talk to because it's interesting. All right. What else? What time is it? I got to pack. King Durham, I know so much happening. My algorithm is pushing things my way because of my incessant viewing of all things health, menopause, metabolic health, GLP-1s. Yeah. And they, plus your phone listens to you, right? You get the things in the phone.
They are showing their hand. Their investors aren't thrilled that they didn't meet their expectations for 2 quarters. Exciting news about sleep apnea. Though I think and Mel and I were talking about this earlier on the live. I think you cannot underestimate how bad it was for Lilly to not meet the expectations of Wall Street. And the only way for them to do this is to sell more medication. Selling a small amount at a higher price won't get you to the dollars they need. They need to sell hundreds and hundreds of thousands of SKUs.
Did you hear that guy in the shuttle from the cruise ship to the airport talking about he had bought Eli Lilly stock?
Yeah, I did. That guy was full of it. He said he had bought 7,000 shares.
I mean, at $800 a share, maybe it's his life savings. I don't know. Maybe
he was listing off this whole thing of all this stuff.
He was saying how much money he had made on Eli Lilly stock. Medivant healthcare packages, the syringes with a screw-on needle. The dates are just shy of a year. Since November 2024, I'm down 93 pounds.
So it's like one of the Wegovy syringes where you pop it off on the end. Okay, sure. I haven't seen those.
Who Medivant?
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
All right. Mel, they have a bunch of strategic plan to play. I need to keep up with what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, they're looking, and Rick's has said it repeatedly, they're looking to get these medications cleared for as many possible comorbidities as they can. The more things that you could possibly get covered, they want to do. That's why they're not too worried about that high price. They don't want anybody to actually pay the high price. They want your insurance to come in. The high price is just a negotiating point against insurance for them.
Okay. I prefer the vial and syringe over the pen. That pen has too many malfunctions, and I've seen that too. And you have to learn how to use the vial, and a needle are so easy. Yeah, the only problem I've ever had is I've bent the needle once or twice, but usually they give you extra, so that's not a problem.
I've never had a pen malfunction. Now, cross your fingers, but I have never had one.
Some people,
I see them on Facebook talk about it.
So this is the cap. They don't take the cap off, and then they click, and they're like, "Where's the medicine?" No, it's just running all over. Yeah, you got to take that cap off. Down 21 pounds since October. A1C down from 5.3 to 6.2, or down to 5.3. Yes, good job. Thanks for being a member.
All right, let's see here, Tara.
Hi everyone. I've been on Mounjaro 5 milligrams straight from the start and doing great without any side effects. So I'm just wondering if there's any reason for me to titrate up. If you're losing 1 to 2 pounds a week and you got no side effects and everything's going great,
then there's
stay on your dose. I'm not a doctor. He's not a doctor, but really, it's very personalized, right? Everybody is going to be different. And if you find the dose that works for you, stay on the dose until it quits working. At some point, it might slow down a bit, and then you can talk to your doctor about maybe moving up. But I've seen people lose 50 pounds on 5 milligrams, or on 2.5, actually. Susie lost 50 pounds on 2.5 milligrams. So, and if I'd have known when I started that I could have stayed on 2.5, I probably would have, because I did great on 2.5. I lost 6.8 pounds on 2.5 the first month. Second month, I lost 5 pounds on 5. Went up to 7.5, lost 7.6 pounds. Like, I could have gone much slower, but we just didn't know. Nobody told us. It wasn't a thing. That's why we're doing this show, to learn stuff. Sorry for confusion. Lilly Direct is bypassing the PBMs. Oh, I get you. And still charging $4.99. CD looks great. No weights needed.
Thank you, Wood Turkey. You're the man.
He a fan.
The funny thing is, if you watch the stuff we post about the cruise, we get out there and we're very active, and we walk and we zip line and we snorkel and we do all these things, and I'm right there with her or in front of her every day. So.
Well, you weren't with me at the yoga class or in the Zumba.
No, I would not do the yoga.
But I did get them to dance on the deck at the dance party. And there was a silent disco.
Was good. They actually had the performers come out and sing. That was fun.
Yeah.
And we were snorkeling, and I think I put a picture of it in our video. I mean, they had a rope swing off the side of this ship that you could kind of swing out on. So it's all upper body strength, right? It's you got to hold on and swing out as far as you can. And you're watching all these people just kind of swung out and went thunk and thunk. And I'm holding on. I was getting out there.
You go, Christopher Durham.
Crump 133 is a member. Thank you very much. Says Piggy asked no more, needs to do a downsized dish. I enjoy the comments, and I bet an interview would be just as enjoyable. I bet so too.
I don't know. But yeah, Piggy
would be awesome.
Tina, I think we need to do a proper one with you too. I think we did one in a Club Downsized live once, but you were on a panel.
She was on a panel. Yeah.
The panel of people who had bariatric stuff. So yeah, Tina, call me. No, not call me. Email me. Thanks for all the info you provide. I appreciate it. You're welcome, Deb. All right, we got to go.
Well, we got a few more, and we're going to get out of here.
We're going on a trip tomorrow. I see the nutritionist and the doctor every 3 months at Mochi. All right. I like that you actually have people who are focused on wellness. Yeah, and you can see them more often than every 3 months if you want. You could see them every week. You do whatever you want. I had a pen malfunction, and they did send me a coupon for a whole new box. The other ones in the box worked fine. They didn't make me...
No, wow, that's like free money. You won the lottery.
I think Mindy had one malfunction too. Like they'll give you a free, like they'll refund you like once, but then they're like, "That's it, kid. Like
Mel
you better
B
figure it
says,
out."
Piggy asked no more is hilarious and smart.
Yeah.
All right, Rhonda, you are the last comment before we get out of here, and you get confetti.
Hello from Colorado. Hello, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda. I hit 50 pounds today. Been on Tirzepatide for 5 months. Awesome. That's really good. 10 pounds a month.
It is really good.
That's really good.
All right, so we are traveling again this week. Just a couple of little teasers. We will actually be flying to San Francisco, California for some exciting downsized news. So stay tuned. There'll be more to come on that. But
make sure you like and subscribe so you can follow our journey and figure out what we're doing in San Francisco. You might not even guess. Or if you were on Club Downsized live earlier, you already know. So maybe you should join Club Downsized. Be in the know.
The other thing I will tell you is make sure you join us next week for Downsized Live on Wednesday at 7:00. That's our regular time. Condi Cormack, my favorite, what is he? Microbiologist.
Super smart.
Yeah,
guy.
Super smart guy. We've done a couple of videos with him. He's doing monthly videos. 70-some-odd-year-old scientist who has forgotten more than we will all ever know about all of this. Will join us live as well, and he's going to announce a Downsized at Sea cruise giveaway. So what he'll want you to do, and I'll give you go and sign up for his email list on has a website that talks about GLP-1s, obesity, and cancer. So he's trying to build his email list, and if you sign up for his email list, you will be entered to win a Downsized at Sea cruise for 2 that I think is, I don't remember the value, $3,000 or $4,000 value, but he'll give you all the details and tell you how to do it if you join us next week. So make sure you join us and you can register for that giveaway. If you've already signed up and you haven't already paid for your entire cruise, you could actually use that amount of money towards paying for it as well. So make sure you join us next week because there's going to be cool stuff, and Condi will join us to talk about that as well. And then we'll be flying to San Francisco first thing in the morning. So maybe we'll be broadcasting from San Fran as well. Who knows? Who knows? All kinds of crazy stuff.
We're not going to
tell them. We're not going to tell them. Don't tell them. I
want to tell
this one has no secrets.
Don't tell me your secrets. I'll tell them all. We're going to see Mochi. We're going to talk to the Mochi CEO. We're going to do some other cool stuff with Mochi.
Yeah, all kinds of fun stuff.
So like and subscribe so you can see what we're doing.
That's right.
It's kind of cool. So
it's very cool.
Along.
164 of you out there. Thank you for joining us. Club Downsized members, thank you for being a member. 167 likes. If you haven't already, hit like and subscribe. We actually gained 3 new members in this live, so we deeply appreciate it.
I think 4.
Well, it says 3 right there.
Why do we have?
Because those are
Jenny,
from the other day.
Eric, Abby, Clark, and Ada.
That's 3. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, thanks, Club Downsized members.
Absolutely. All right. So that is us for this evening. My name is Christopher Durham.
I'm Laraine Durham.
We're the Downsized.
Bye.
We'll see you next time. Bye.